I have not done a book haul, I don't think ever, on this channel. So I got so many books in December and the beginning of January that I thought I would save them all up for one video. The camera's shaking its Iro. Iro! Come on, come and sit here. Good boy. Relax there. And the reason why there's 30 is just because I haven't been showing you guys what I've bought, so they've just been piling up over the last 2 months. And I can proudly say that none of these, no book in this haul was from Amazon, because I know we're all quite beefy with Amazon at the moment, definitely the Kindle community and just purely how they're monopolizing books right now. So no books were bought from Amazon. They were all bought from 66 Books, which is the UK's largest book wholesaler, and books are 70% off. Yeah, so I was able to get 15 books in here for like 50 quid. It was fantastic. Then we've got World of Books, which is a second-hand bookseller. They buy books off of normal everyday consumers like you and me, but they also buy books off of charities when a book cannot be sold. So they're pretty good. I buy so many books from there. They are good, and I've never gotten a book that's not been good condition. Then one's from my birthday and Christmas, and I know most of the bookshops that they're bought from because my mum bought me them. So they're from a bookshop in Colchester, Daunt Books in London. Oh, bye Iro. And then lastly, a bookshop in Bristol that sells every book for £5 or less. So you're in for a treat. And I quickly want to stress that this is not normal, okay? Having 30 books that you haven't read and you bought within a 2-month period is not normal, and I don't want to see this as me hyping up how many books I have or making you feel bad that you haven't got all of these books or that you can't do that. It's just some fun of books that I bought, and it ended up being this massive haul. Now let's get into the book unhauling. To caveat as well, some of these I do not know the in-depth plot of, mainly the ones I got from 66 Books. Like, if I liked the look and vibe when I was in the shop, I was like, I'm getting that. So let's start with 66 Books. I went here with Deb and we had the best time. She has already done her book haul unboxing, and she did mention that we worked the shelves and we looked from top to bottom, every single aisle. We were in there hours. We were shattered at the end of it. So what's the first book? Okay, we have Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. Why did I get this? Because Deb was getting it so we could book read it together. And also I've seen it online and it was highly recommended. However, I really do know nothing about this book. It says a brilliant fantasy with a boldly beating heart. That was said by Stephanie Garber, the author of Once Upon a Broken Heart, which I loved. I'm adamant this is a standalone. No, it's not. Starting off strong, as you can see. Then Love in Colour by Baloo Babaloa. Now, I read her Honey and Spice book. I loved it. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5. So when I saw that she had another book out, I had to get it. I mean, 70% off. So this was £11. I probably got it for like £3.50 or something. Now, I think this is a collection of short stories. Let me triple check, because surely it will have a glossary. Yes. And it follows different stories of different women, I believe. And they're all like mythical and like reimagining of folk tales of around the world, I believe. And I've heard great things about it. Now, we've got one which I was very hesitant to get because it made the rounds on TikTok. But then when I started reading reviews, I was like, oh, I'm not sure. But when I read the synopsis, I was like, this will be for me. I will like this. And it is Belladonna by Adeline Grace. I'm so bad with name pronunciations. I do apologise. So this is like a murder mystery in a way. And it's about this woman or girl called Signa, because I'm not sure how old she is, but she's an orphan. She lives with this family and I think she's got some powers, and a ghost confronts her and is like, I've been poisoned and the family that you're living with are in danger. So she goes on this murder mystery hunt with this other person to find the killer. And I think it's about her and the twists and turns she uncovers. That is the vibe. Am I completely wrong? Do let me know in the comments. It sounds up my street. It's a bit dark, a bit gothic, and after One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns, that duology, I'm in that gothic, dark fantasy vibe, and I think that's gonna deliver. Next, we have The Black Dress by Deborah. I don't know how to pronounce that. Pronounce. Margage. Yeah, Margage. So Deborah Margage. This one hooked me because it is about a woman whose husband dies and then she tries to hook up with other men at different funerals. I think. Let me triple check this. Prue doesn't miss her husband, but the old days of laughter, friendship, and having someone occupy the other dip in the bed. Then she goes to a funeral. She's gone to the wrong funeral. Everyone is friendly, so she decides to attend another one. After all, it's been fun, and what harm can be done? That's a bit of a rhyme. So actually, she might not be trying to find someone to hook up with. I think she might be actually, but she's basically going to funerals and trying to meet people. So it's like The Wedding Crashers, but she's a funeral crasher. I love it. Next, I went in December, so I had to get a Christmas book, and this one's called The Christmas Bookshop. I mean, I love books and I love Christmas, so I had to get this. This is by Jenny Colgan. It's one of those typical ones. The bookshop's in trouble. What are they gonna do? And it's about them trying to save the bookshop. And it's also set in Edinburgh, and last summer I went to Edinburgh and I absolutely loved it. I can't wait to go back. The bookshops there were phenomenal. So this was giving me the vibes that I wanted to read at Christmas. Did I read it at Christmas? No, I suck. So I'll be reading that this year. Next one, this sounded fabulous. It's called OK Days by Jenny Mustard. It sounded so different because it's about these two young individuals, Sam 28 and Lucas 27. They're both very different people. Sam's chaotic and carefree, and Lucas is sensitive and calm. And it tells the story of the rise and fall of their affection for each other, while looking unflinchingly at male body dysmorphia, women's reproductive rights, and the pitfalls of modern love. And I love the mustard colour and the drawing. Look, there she is. And then he's here. Yes. Now, Adorn of Onyx by Kate Golden. Again, this is a BookTok book. It went quite viral on there. This is a book I'm going to be reading in a book club, so I had to get it. And I also got my bestie the book as well. I know it's a romantasy, and other than that, I don't know. I'm coming off really bad here. Please do not judge me for this. Well, actually, yeah, you can judge, because I would judge. Ooh, so she offered her life to save her brother. Now she's being taken prisoner. Ooh, the Onyx King. Ooh. Oh, this is definitely enemies to lovers vibe. 100%. To make it out of enemy territory, she'll have to navigate backstabbing royals, dark magic, and deadly beasts. I mean, I'm an enemies to lovers addict, and I love a romantasy, so I have high hopes for this one. It's got mixed reviews, so let me know if you've read it and what you think, because I'm holding my breath with this one. Now, I am so happy this was in 66 books. I went crazy because it's dating Dr. Dill. And there's something about the feel of this book that it scratches an itch. And it's by Nisha Sharma. And the reason why I'm so happy I got this is because last year I did a book challenge where I was like, how many books can I buy from the works for 20 quid? And a book that I got in that was Tastes Like Shakar. That's book 2 of this. So I already know some spoilers from this book, but I'm not really that bothered about that because they're kind of like standalones. You just know what happens at the end to these two characters. But I cannot wait. Look at this review. Bursting with character, spicy tension and laughs. Yes, please. I love a good rom-com. I do. And you know what? It's giving me, have you seen Bridget Jones's Baby? I don't know his name other than McDreamy from Grey's Anatomy, but he's in it and he's like a love man. Like he's done an equation where he can find you your soulmate, and I think this is that vibe. And this woman goes viral because she's like, I think she reacts very negatively to this show called The Dr. Dill Show, I believe. Am I completely wrong here? No, I think I'm right. I'm adamant, but anyway, I know I'm gonna love this. I cannot wait. Then we have, oh, this sounds so good. It is You'd Look Better as a Ghost by Joanna Wallace. It's literally about this girl who just goes on killing sprees, basically. It's about a murderer. I have a gift. I see people as ghosts before they die. Of course, it helps that I'm the one killing them. So it's got a bit of paranormal to it. So she knows what they're gonna look like as a ghost. I mean, yeah. It is what it says on the tin. So we follow a serial killer, and I think it might be purely from her perspective, and then someone's watching her. She knows someone's on her tail, and I think it's about her maybe evading getting found out. Yeah, it says Claire will do nothing to keep her secret hidden, not to mention the bodies buried in her garden. Let the games begin. So I think it's a bit of cat and mouse with the person that's trying to catch her and send her to prison probably, and then her trying to get away with it. I think it's gonna have really good humor in it. Plus, again, it's a bit of that dark vibe. I'm into that right now. Then we have, oh, okay, we have 3 books here, and we have the that's not what it's called, is it? God darn it. Scythe? Scythe. Okay, we've got the Scythe series. I think that's what it's called, by Neil Shusterman. And I mean, I have heard amazing things of this. I did another book challenge. God, I'm sounding terrible here. But last year I did a random romantasy box bundle, and it was random what 2 series you would get from it. And this was in there. This is not a freaking romantasy. I don't know why it was in there, but I read that description. I was freaking hooked, and I was a bit upset that I didn't get it in the bundle. So when I saw the whole trilogy in 66 books, it was a no-brainer, people. It was a no-brainer. Then we have the only manga that was #1, like the first in the series. They had some manga in there, a very, very small section. And if you know me, you know I love manga. This is a books and manga channel, and I had to get it purely because I needed it. And it's a shoujo, and I'm a shoujo fan. So we have Now Loading. I'm just so happy I was able to find a manga. Oh, is it a shoujo? It might be a Josie. Let's have a look. Oh, it doesn't say. What type of manga are you? And best of all, I think it's a standalone. I actually have no idea what demographic this is. And I think it's just 1 volume, so that's great. Like, in and out, which is fab. I might read this tonight. It's a comedy, it's girl love, and I think it's a shoujo, but please do correct me in the comment section if I am wrong. I'm gonna read this tonight. Now, the last 2, they're not fiction books. I bought a cookbook. Two's Company. And I love it. I've already made a few things in here, actually. What did I make? You know, I love in a cookbook the pictures. I've had a whole evening just looking through this, leisurely. Oh my, I got the ingredients to make this. How delicious does that look? Pasta with red pepper and walnut pesto. Yeah. And you know what? Everything we've eaten from here has been fabulous. 10 out of 10. Pork and aubergine stir fry. I made this and it was fab, if I do say so myself. And lastly, I bought a book, a colouring book. And it's got cats in. I love it. That's the only page I've done. Look. They've got some really, really, really cute. I love it. So sweet. Oh, it's so great. I want to do it when I'm, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I want to colour when I'm listening to audiobooks. So, perfect. Right, that's 66 books done. And now let's do World of Books. So I did a massive World of Books bookshop because everyone that I bought Christmas presents for, and they were books, I got them secondhand because that's the vibe I want to do for people, because I want to move that way myself. But I had to get some books for me as well. And the first one was The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I've heard such good things about this book. I know this has also made the rounds on socials, but it's about this woman whose twin sister is getting married, and everyone at the wedding gets food poisoning except her and this other guy. And they're like, why don't you two go on our honeymoon? Otherwise it's all gonna get wasted. So these two go on the honeymoon, and it's like forced proximity vibes. But I think another guy comes into the picture as well. So it might be like a love triangle situation. This is right up my street. Then we have, okay, Legacy of Ash. I actually got this, okay, oh sorry, forgot the author's name, by Matthew Ward. I got this because I did research into what book series is similar vibes to The Wheel of Time, because I'm watching the series and my dad has read all of the books. There's tons of them, I think there's 14. So I got this. I will be getting him a non-secondhand version because he's a bit, you know how some people just don't like secondhand. No offense to him, but he doesn't. So I am having this one, and I'm going to be getting him a new copy, and hopefully we can read it together. I mean, I didn't really get this for me, but I will be reading it because I have it now. Next we have Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. And the reason why I got this is because, again, in that video where I got the mystery box bundle of romantasy books, this was a series that was in that bundle and it did sound very good. So when I saw it on 66 books, they were doing a deal like buy 3, get the 4th one for free. So I added this in there because I know it sounded good. So I decided to get it. I have good hopes for that one. Now, one I cannot wait to read, and I will be reading it very shortly, and it is Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. And I got this because I spoke to Deb about it, and Deb has got the book, heard really good things about it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get it as well. It is about a failed marriage, I think. Oh yeah, so it is a marriage that has broken up and they have 2 kids together, and it's about the woman trying to find her footing and loving life again. Oh, that sounds so good. Oh, and you know what? I think it's giving me second chance romance vibes. So maybe they like split, they find their own things going on, and then they're like, we are meant to be together actually. I need to read it. That was picked out of my TBR prompt jar, so I will be reading that ASAP. Then we have, an absolute failure. A Curse for True Love by Stephanie Garber. Guys, I've read the first book. It's there. Once Upon a Broken Heart. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Did a trying to read it in 24 hours challenge thing. I thought this was the second book, so I got it. It's the third book, so I won't be reading it until I get the second book. Whenever that will be, but at least the third one's there. I know that series has a really controversial ending. It's you love it or you hate it, like Marmite. And most people that I've seen reviewing it have been really upset with the ending. So I'm a bit nervous to continue with the series. Oh no, that's everything. That is everything. Okay, now going on to books that I got myself for my birthday. There was 2 books. One from Waterstones, in Islington, and the other from Daunt Books in Marylebone. That bookshop, Daunt Books, I love it. I think it's in my top 3 bookshops I've ever been to. But we have All About Love, and that's from Daunt. They give you a bookmark. I love that. If you know me, you know I love a bookmark. By Bell Hooks. This sounded amazing, and I really did want a non-fiction book because I don't read many of them. I read so much fiction, of fantasy and romance, you name it, but I don't read non-fiction, and I really did want that. This is somewhat of a self-help book. I just wanted to read a book about love, in all honesty. I want the feels. I want to just understand other people's opinions and feelings. And again, I heard good things, but only after I bought it. This was one of those ones where I found it in the bookshop, read the synopsis, fell in love with it, and then I was like, I'm gonna do it. And then afterwards, it's like that phenomena where it keeps popping up now. So I know it's a goodie. I know it's a good one. I'm gonna just say the first line. The word love is most often defined as a noun, yet we would all love better if we use it as a verb. I'm so excited to read that. And then we have Yumi and the Nightmare Painter by Brandon Sanderson. This has been in my line of sight for months. I think over a year, actually. Like, I first saw this in Foyle's Bookshop and I nearly got it. That was probably, 15 months ago. So when it came to my birthday this year, I was like, I'm getting it, I'm doing it. I mean, look at that cover. You can't tell me you wouldn't walk past that in the bookshop and not want to pick it up. It's stunning. So it's about two people who are on two different worlds, and I'm imagining them as one light, like she's the light and he is like dark, like lives in a dark world. And I think he's also a painter. I think she's called Yumi and he's called the painter. I'm adamant. Anyway, their worlds collide and they become connected, and they have to work out what the hell is going on and try to save both of their worlds, I think. I know this is good because I've had one of you in my comments say it's good. So you gave me the green light to get this, and that's going to be a treat. Now, all the books I got for my birthday, and I asked for all of these except a few. The first being, and this was from a bookshop in Lion Walk in Colchester. I will pop it up on the screen, but I can't remember the name of it. And it is, oh goodness, how do I pronounce that? Dalagut Dream Department Store by Miller Lee. I loved it. And then I didn't ask for the second one, but my mum got me the second one at the same time. So I've got book one and I've got book two. This sounds so good. It's a duology. So I've got the complete duology. Mum, I freaking love you. In a mysterious town hidden in our collective subconscious, there's a department store that sells dreams. Day and night, visitors, both human and animal, shuffle in to purchase their latest adventure. Each floor specializes in a specific type of dream. Join Penny, an enthusiastic new hire, as she uncovers the workings of this whimsical world and bonds with a cast of unforgettable characters. Yes. It sounds wacky, it sounds fun. I can't. Now, this one, dying to read it. My friend has read the first book, she said it's phenomenal. The second book's coming out this year and I cannot miss out. I cannot miss out on the hype, and it is When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. Assassins, rebellion, dragons, romantasy. A bit of everything. Yes. I can't. Look at that cover as well. It's stunning. It is beautiful. And look at this map. Oh. Amazing. Some books are just beautiful. Do you know what I mean? And this is it. Even that page. Oh my goodness though, look. I spilled orange juice on it Christmas Day. Well, actually it was a mimosa. So there's a little bit of Prosecco in there as well. But it's kind of ruined the book. But I tried not to think too hard about it because otherwise I'll cry. Anyway. Then we've got The Golden Enclaves by Naomi Novik. I have been dying to read this. I read book 1 and 2 like January last year. No, it was the year before that. 2023, I read book 1 and 2. It is amazing. It gave me like magical, dark academia, Harry Potter situationship. It follows Elle, who is like in this magical school where every child has to go to, and when they graduate from that school, then they can like start working in the world. Everyone's got different magic, but monsters who are attracted to magic are trying to eat and kill them in the school. So it's like a really dark Harry Potter where every single year people die. Actually, that happens in Harry Potter, but this is like amped up. But it was so, so good. I love Elle and I love Orin. Them two have my heart. And the second book was a massive cliffhanger. Ended on the biggest cliffhanger. And now I have my hands on this book and I can't wait to read it. This is a trilogy, so this will be the last book in the Scholomance series. I need to read it. Talking about series, we have The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. This is the second book in the Poppy War series. I've read the first one. It was great, but I mean, there are some scenes that happen in that book that I still think about. It's hard hitting. It follows politics, war, genocide, and it follows Rin, who is our morally grey FMC. She makes some very, very questionable decisions. She makes some tough choices. This is the continuation of that first book. So the Poppy War is set in mid-20th century China, and the novel follows like a war that actually happened, I believe, the Sino and Japanese War. So it has its own twist to it though, because there's fantasy involved and like somewhat powers. Honestly, I can't recommend this series enough, and I've only read book 1. So the second book is chunky, and I've seen people's reactions to finishing the last book and they've been ruined. So can't wait for that. Then a book that my husband bought me called Factory Girls. It was shortlisted for the Comedy Women in Print Prize, and he gets me those books every other year. He got me Dial A for Aunties, and that was the winner of the Women's Comedy Awards, and I loved that book. So I think he went off this shortlist again because he knows I've liked books from that list before, and I do love a comedy now and then. This is set in the 1994, and he said to me he got this because it was giving him Derry Girl vibes, and I love that show. We rewatched it last year. Then he also got me Throne of the Fallen by Kerry Maniscalco. He got this because it's a standalone and I have so many ongoing series, so many series I want to start. He wanted to get me a book where I could read it in one. He knows I love enemies to lovers, romantasy. I think this is a dark romantasy. So that's all I know because I was gifted this. But the way he described it, I mean, she didn't want the prince. She wanted the demon. Secret spice and a story I could not put down. So well done, Leland. He's done well there. And then lastly, the Apothecary Diaries manga book 1. And the reason why I'm like, no, is because I actually asked for the light novel, but my mum accidentally just got me like the graphic novel instead of the written novel. And I've read this before, but you know what? I don't mind having it. It's an amazing, amazing manga series. I'm loving the anime as well. Now I have this and I can randomly have a look at Mau Mau. I love her. Oh, she's so cute. Look at her. She is the cutest. So I have this and I'm still waiting to get the light novel. Then lastly, we're nearly there, guys. We've got 3 more books to go, and this is from, I'm adamant it's called The Bookshop on Park Street in Bristol, where every book is £5 or less. I have already talked about all 3 of these books in that Bookshop review video. So at the end of that, I go through each one of these and describe the plot of it and why I'm excited for it. But to quickly go over them now, I got Hotbed from Joanna Scutts. We have That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. I'm so buzzed for this, by Kimberly Lemming, and look at that cover. Stunning. And then lastly, Out of the Sun by Essie Adujan. These are 3 bangers. Bangers, people. And plus all under £5. I think these 2 are £4, £5, £5. Amazing. Amazing. And that is everything. So as you can tell, I've got many books to read, and in all honesty, I'm hoping I don't buy many more books this year, unless they've been like an awaited book of a series that I can't wait, because I actually have the next Kings of Sin series book on pre-order. And I'm getting like a special cover one. Anna Huang partnered up with WH Smith's and they're releasing like a sprayed cover, like on the sides. And I've never had a book like that before, so I'm quite excited. That is called King of Envy. So I'm definitely gonna be getting that. Other than that though, I hope I don't buy any more books this year. I have enough. I have plenty to read. And I also am going to start going to the library a lot more. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you've read any of these books and if I'm in for a treat or not such a good time. And also let me know if you've been to any of these places. Have you gone to 66 Books? Have you ordered from World of Books? Have you gone to Daunt Books in Marylebone? Such a good store. Let me know your favourite bookshops, where you're buying stuff at the moment that's not Amazon. I want to know. But I will leave you here. I hope you enjoyed today's video and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye guys.